Minty Jones in space. Welcome to the Space Engineers whitelist server. I haven't been on for a while. I'm not going to say I haven't been on for a while. I've been on the whitelist server for a while, but I haven't been presenting my whitelist world to YouTube. And there's a perfectly good reason for that. Being that if you're used to the world of space engineers, you'll understand it has a marvelous impact on whatever computer you're using. And my computer is long past an upgrade due date. And on the multiplayer Nidd server, I find that I get a very low frame rate and a pretty low sim rate as well. I'm going to bang my head here. So this video today is going to be a short one, because I don't think you'll appreciate watching 6, 7 or 8 frames per second. But if I can move as little as possible, I'm going to fit out these doors. Soon see. If I can move as little as possible, you may not notice. Today I'm going to give you a very quick tour around my base, which is now a little while out of the center of this area of space that we inhabit in the Nidd. And I'm going to show you some of my ships that I've developed over the time on this server. So bear with me. We will cut in and we'll cut out so I can give you the best experience possible. Cut out. Cut in. My professional editing leaves a lot to be desired. Welcome to Deep Space Penetrable. This is my outpost, a little far removed, around 24,000 meters, or in conversion rates 24 kilometers from the center of the Nidd quadrant. On the left there you will see one of my ships, which I'll show you in its entirety a little bit later. First, come, welcome to my base, a little bit more complete than my last base. And as you'll see from the color scheme already, it's a little bit of chocolate mint, dark chocolate. So as we come in, I already note there are 2 bits of scaffolding there. How upsetting. Let me grab my welder. It's always to hand in my tool belt. And come down. Come with me into this corner of the base to witness the welding of the blocks. I have no problems welding these days or building. I'm just very patient. Ooh, what's that wall there? We'll come back to that, shall we? Let's switch my light off. It's very atmospheric. Welcome. Welcome to the landing pad. This is my workshop area. I'm very happy with the color scheme. You don't see too much brown in space, and brown's my speciality. Over in the far corner there we see the asymmetric room. I don't go for symmetry. Over here we see some red lights in the distance. Warning, things aren't quite ready, or as they say. Anyway, I'm being far too melodramatic here. Let's just switch the lights on and have a look around. Hey, welcome. Last time anyone may have seen this was in Nordic Beast's video he made when he visited my place, and all he would have seen was a refinery and a beacon and a bit of a medical room. That was it. There's nothing else here before that. Now we have just about completely encased this area. And I have been obviously going to great effort. Oh, a little bit of painting to be done there. I do very much like my blue stripe up the top. Again, with a lot of my design, I don't put a great deal of thought into what is happening beforehand. And if you think I'm getting 6 frames a second, you're either right, or I've just got a very bad stutter in my walk. One of the two. And that's why we'll keep this short and sweet. So come with me. Come with me up these stairs as slowly as we can go with our old man crotchety walk. Think of me as an old man. You might not get too phased. And we see out here the beginnings of a platform area. Look at that, beautiful. We'll come round here at a slight more than a crawl pace. If you have the patience to bear with me, you will note there's another door here which we can come in. 2 doors to the same area. How confusing. As you can see here, I have some grills, setting this area apart from the hangar out there with a little bit of interior lighting. I've tried to match to the blue decor I have on my walls, my minty surprise. Dark mint chocolate. Anyway, let us take a small wander down. Let us observe these grills from the other side, because as we stand and just look, you do not notice the lag in my frames. That is correct. Let's switch on a pack of jets on my back, which always helps to speed up ever so slightly. And that, I must actually thank Boris for this look and feel of the grills with the lights behind. My oxygen's very critical. I could die any minute. And as I am an old person, it may take me too long to get to my respirator and refill my valves. And again, I might just make it. And in the darkness of night, I saw the Red Cross and I could see the blood around my vision started and kept on. I'm going to have to switch this on and see what's going on. Yeah, I'm alright. You're alright. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. Come on. Let's go back out. Yep. So, we've got this room over here. This is still a work in development. Now, I do love the color of this dark brown on the floor. I am enamored with it. And you can see the same dark brown in the interior walls. It's not the same brown. However, I do like this brown in the walls. It's not black, as it might seem at first. You can see the very edges of that corrosion there is that light brown. I do like this, especially in switching these lights off. Oh, my lights were off. See, it's quite bright in here. I've got the radius set up on the old interior lights. And this area through here is unfinished as of yet. Let's switch the lights on. Oh, lacking a back wall. And look at that. There is some flooring work there. There's large holes. I don't have my safety cones or tape to stop anyone falling down. But yes, we can see here we're coming to a different area of the base. There is going to be a lift here some point. Some point. And don't worry, there will be a frame rate increase at some point as well when I upgrade my machine. But come with me back out, because the tour of the base is nearly over. I'll keep this as short as I can. I say short, it's already been 10 minutes. Probably won't be short. Maybe look at my face. There's less of a frame rate drop in my head than there is. Look at that. Look at that. Smooth. Smooth. What I do want to show you is this wall. Let's move up and we look at this wall here and see this effect I've got. It's the first time I have found a use for the smooth blocks that are incorporated in the game. it's giving a kind of corrugated style of patterning here, apart from the top and the bottom, which molds in. So we have indents, and I quite like it. I quite like it. It works quite well. It's the only block I have found that makes any sense in the smooth blocks variety. Let's have a look up here. That's just a placeholder, that blue square. There we have it. More venting with more lighting behind it. Very atmospheric again. Thanks again to Boris. Whoa! Watch out for look at this. There we go. Very atmospheric. I'm going to fly close to these before I bring you part 2 of the video, having a look at some ships. Alright, we'll be back. And in again. Let's press that button too. Alright, first up. This was the first ship I made on the server. Just a very small something to get me around. And please note, let me put that welder away, it's in the way. Please note that all my ships are completely impractical, okay? They're stylized, yet impractical. And there's reason for that, which will soon become apparent. This actually started with one drill at the front, so it was a little bit more compact, but I needed to increase that amount. So we now have a bank of 5, I can't count, 9 drills at the front. But let me reveal what's going on here. And I'm missing the rearward facing thruster. So we can see here, if I can just come a little bit higher, what exactly, and I'm stuck to the roof now, so if I go down this way you might get a gist of what this is all about. It was a guitar to start with. The name of the ship is Spelunkerty Plunkerty. But now in relation to my other ships that I've built, its size is a little bit different, and it looks a bit more like a viola, maybe. But either way, it's a stringed instrument. There is no strings or cables in Space Engineers, unfortunately, but that is it. There is a thruster under there. You might be saying to yourself, wait a minute, your thrusters aren't symmetrical. I don't like symmetry, but there is a thruster under there. It's just invisible. You can't see it, but it is there. So this is quite a good little drilling ship now. Not the most stable thing in the world, but again, not designed for practicality. And that's the first ship. I'll be back with the next. And in, hello again. Alright, the second ship. Another drilling ship, strangely enough. Cut. Hello. This next little number I like to call Ballyhoola Laika. And it's another drilling ship. This one a little bit bigger and of a different footprint than the other one. This consists of 5 drills. See, I said 5 before. This one. But this design is also another stringed instrument. This time a balalaika, the triangular shaped guitar. Much larger than Spelunkerty Plunkerty. This one, oh, I'm missing a little bit there. They've been used, so they might be missing bits and pieces here and there. My ships aren't designed for maneuverability. You can see the three strings only in the balalaika. You can see the string adjusters there, the tension adjusters, the pegs. It was the back of this guitar, because traditionally they have a rounded back, so that's what took me a lot of time to try and emulate. We also see a connector hidden in the back of that guitar there. So they have a round face in that direction. And this had me utilize the new, they're not new anymore, but the armor shaped blocks that weren't just the traditional shapes. And it taught me a little bit about how they were formed and how they go together. So we can see repeating patterns there quite a lot. We've got a few thrusters embedded into the framework. And we've got a tire as the volume knob, because of course this is an electric balalaika. A little bit of a color theme going on here. You'll notice a lot of use of my browns and ochres and things like this, which I think are widely missed in space engineers. For I love autumn and wood. Anyway, if we go down in here, we can actually see that there is an inside to the balalaika, which comprises of the antenna, gyroscope. The other three gyroscopes there are actually linked to the strings that you cannot see. You see the fretboard even has spots on it. And we have a sound block in there. And until we get a mod that we can bring our own sounds in, I can only use in-game sounds. But I would like to get the balalaika sample so you can hear me coming from a while away. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is ballyhoo. Lalaika. I'll be back in a minute with my next design. I cut. And right back at ya. Okay. This is actually the fourth ship that I made. The third one I'll take you outside to show you, because it's just too hard to get in here. This is the Huero, but it's actually the Huero. But I've called it the Huero. Huero, right, hero. Huero. Sorry, it's just ridiculous. Yes, it is that traditional percussion instrument, the huiro. The one where you run the stick along the top of a cylindrical wooden object and you get kind of okay. But this is a long number. This is my welding ship, and it is a little bit of an oval shape. Oh, there's a player connected. Boris. Hi, Boris. Well, don't. That's the thing about this low sim speed. I can switch this off, and I'm not too badly affected. So this is quite a nice, long, very easy shape to make, and it's quite a simple design. Since it was so simple, 3 welders in the front, 4 spotlights, I decided to also add a grinder in the back. For those finicky little grindy jobs that you need done. Right, like a tooth extraction. Or a bit of drilling in the molar. But yeah, this guy's got his name in the side, he's lucky. He's very lucky. Just in case it's not quite evident what he is. Here's the Huero. Okay, and again... we have the connector in the bottom, much like all the other drill ships. Whoa! Whoa! Have I got my dampeners on? Yeah, system speed's making it seem unlike I do. Yep, connectors are on all the ships. And we'll take you outside for the last one. Okay. Okay, now, being lit up. Actually, if I turn my light off, oh, it was being lit up a minute ago. There we go. Oh, it's that rendering distance. That looks quite dramatic, doesn't it? I didn't show you this other part of my base. This is the exterior connector. It's actually sensor driven, but like a couple of other times I've come back on the server, I've found my pistons had its top chopped off. That wouldn't be so good if we'd nicknamed this the Little Pecker in direct opposition to Boris's erection. But this is not Minty's Little Pecker. This is Minty's. It's Chim Chimney. Chim Chimney. Yes, it's sensor driven. So when a ship comes within 50 meters or thereabouts of it, it will pop up like the little lipstick it is and allow you to connect through to the cargo containers within the base. But at the moment, yeah, it's without its tip. Indicate that connector. Which brings me to my last ship, which you saw me actually taking out of my base at the start of the episode. Let's shed some light on this. This is my large welding ship, and this is called Umbongo Drongo. This was the hardest one I'd made yet to try and emulate the style I was going for. Yes, it is a bongo, if you had not worked that out from the name Umbongo Drongo. The hardest thing in Space Engineers is to construct a curve. Nearly impossible. You'd have to use a very, very large ship and look at it from a great distance away to get a nice perfect curve. So what we've got here is a gradual taper, and not just a curve, but a tapering cylindrical object. Very hard indeed. So we've got the bongo, we've got the feet in the bottom, again using the wheels, use our imagination, and this is a rather heavy, a rather block heavy small ship. But it is a welder of great capacity, has 7 welders on top, driven by 5 reactors, not enough, need more, a couple of spotlights, need to turn them off, and it is a remotely controlled ship. But because I didn't want to destroy the whole style of it by putting a cockpit in somewhere. So there is a passenger seat on it and the remote control block right in front there, so you can go ahead with that. Some areas, some blocks there we could not fill in because of the size of the structure inside. There's a conveyor system inside there connecting all those 7 welders to one cargo container. And again, as with all the other ships, we have a connector there to load it up with stock supplies to do its welding job. So it would be very good for large external structures, large ships with a great deal of hull that needs working on. It's a very quick welder. Anyway, for the finale, I'm just going to get these guys together. I'm going to get them together so they can all take a bow. Okay, so there you have it. An update to my position on the Nidd's whitelist server. Here's my crew. Bongo Drongos, Palunkety Plunkety, Ballyhoola Laika, and Huero! And to be really annoying, and because I like cinematics, I've switched on all the lighting, all the spotlights, and placed them next to each other so you can see the relative sizes of all of them. Yes, that is quite a large small ship in the background. So, and I forgot to point out, yes, a bongo is usually one of a pair. I plan to create another bongo of the same, or maybe smaller, because they're generally not the same size, and have the ability, and that will be a large grinding ship, a large small grinding ship, should I say, and it will have the ability to merge with its partner. So you can have this set of bongos ready to go at any given point. But generally, my small fleet is on its way. I have ideas for my large ship. And we'll see how we go. Obviously, I'm building my base a little bit more. I'll be upgrading my computer soon so I can bring in more than that 6 frames per second, which you never even noticed had I never mentioned it. But for now, since I love cinema and my oxygen is low, how dare you have an oxygen... Go away, message. Go away, message. It went away. I'm going to leave you on a cinematic. I'm going to switch my light off. And we'll just look at the glory of the shadowing and the just beautiful graphics of space in Space Engineers with Minty Jones. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you did, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.